Ah yes, another street food masterpiece from the depths of Mother India's culinary underworld. Our brave gastronomic gladiator arrives, not on a chariot of fire, but on a rusted bicycle straight out of the eco-park apocalypse, carrying a suspiciously warm crate of pre-fried potato chips. Judging by the glisten, these golden relics were likely fried sometime during the Mughal Empire. But fret not, dear viewers. Any trace of rancid oil or historical bacteria is heroically masked by a generous slathering of sauces, each more biologically confusing than the last. First, a thick white substance with the exact color and consistency of sacred bull discharge. Divine? Questionable. Sticky? Absolutely. Then comes the mysterious red goo, affectionately referred to as Bangladeshi cow's monthly tribute. It's tart, metallic, and spiritually unsettling. A true homage to menstruation, if menstruation was refrigerated and then left in the sun for 2 days. Finally, to top it off, a lovely drizzle of fluorescent green goat vomit. It has the texture of pesto, but the flavor of heartbreak and digestive failure. Bold move, chef. Bold move.
I saw a bike today with a gear and steering.
Welcome to the chaotic buffet of life, where chutneys look like alien organs, pizzas suffer from sudden identity crises, kids drink liquid death with a smile, and even cows decide to embrace the two-wheeler life, badly of despair. But today we've come to meet Sebulba Granny, a street food legend, known for her fierce cooking style and a posture that screams, "I own this galaxy." She's earned the nickname Sebulba, not just for the way she hunches over her boiling cauldron like a pod racer clinging to life, but also because of the mysterious extraterrestrial eggplants she's known for. These aren't your average vegetables. No, they look like they were harvested on a planet where photosynthesis is considered a criminal act. She first incinerates them with the precision of a Death Star laser, then crushes them with a force that would make even Darth Vader wince. The result? A dish so smoky, it's practically a war crime against eggplants. Today's episode brings us to a sacred corner of Indian street food, where flavor meets funeral rites and hygiene takes a permanent sabbatical. Enter a broken biscuit, or as the locals call it, crispy canvas of chaos, crushed by hand, likely the same hand used to scratch unholy places minutes earlier. But wait, this isn't just any biscuit. It's infused with what appears to be the neighbor's backyard weed collection. Not weed as in fun, weed as in, I found this growing next to the drain pipe. Next comes the sauce. Oh, the sauce. A thick, opaque liquid with the texture and emotional weight of a teenage boy's first nocturnal sin. It doesn't drizzle, it oozes, coating the poor biscuit like a confession no one asked for. But we're not done. A brown mystery sludge is added, somewhere between tamarind paste and mud scraped off a rickshaw tire. And just when you think your digestive system might escape, they sprinkle what we can only describe as ancestral ashes. Ashes, possibly from the vendor's late grandfather's left foot. A culinary tribute? A digestive curse? Who knows? It's all served on a plastic plate that's older than your last relationship and handed over with a smile that says, "You paid for this. Now eat your transformation." Because this isn't food, this is initiation. A spiritual snack designed to lift your soul, your stomach lining, and possibly your physical body into another plane. Welcome back to Street Food Madness, where hygiene is optional and your pancreas cries silently in the background. Today's star? A bald man with a glorious ring of side hair, moving like a caffeinated octopus between trays of what might technically be called desserts. He's not cooking, he's summoning things. Sticky things, glowing things, things that hiss. Each metal tray contains a different abomination. Spheres soaked in syrup, rolls drowning in radioactive goo, and what looks like jalebi fermenting in a golden liquid that should be sugar, but smells like public restroom at high noon. Honestly, it's like someone boiled cotton candy in regret and topped it with a splash of eau d'Urnal cake. And our chef, let's call him Sweet Baba, doesn't even blink. He slaps that syrup around like he's baptizing it, mixing trays with the enthusiasm of someone who's just stopped caring. The customers? Lined up, eager, ready to throw money at what looks like dessert but may legally qualify as a biohazard. Kids are wide-eyed, not from wonder, from warning. Even the flies are hovering from a safe distance. This isn't food. This is urban witchcraft. Here we are again. Another glorious day in the wild world of Indian street food. The setting? A massive, blackened iron disc that looks like it was salvaged from the ruins of an ancient sewer temple. But fear not. It's not just a cooking surface. It's a stage. With silent confidence, our culinary sorcerer begins the ritual. A slick spiral of oil, origin unknown, possibly divine, possibly drain pipe, bubbles ominously at the center. Then comes the drop. Tender, reddish lumps, carefully arranged like holy offerings. No words, no explanations. The oil hisses. The mass tightens. The chef pokes, stirs, meditates. And then, boom. Like a man possessed, he explodes the centerpiece with his ladle. Steam erupts. Guts go flying. A wild curry appears, summoned from the underworld. And it's at this moment, mid-chaos, that you finally ask yourself, wait a second, are those hearts? What did you think this was? Some dainty picnic in a pastel-filtered food vlog? Wrong universe, darling. Here, everything gets smashed, fried, and sacrificed to the gods of spice. This isn't your auntie's polite stew. This is a dish so raw and brutal, it's only missing the chef dipping his balls in it for that extra kick of authenticity. Remember to drop your comment, especially if your stomach survived this madness. In this horrifyingly memorable episode of Street Food Gone Rogue, a local chef takes artisanal to a level no health inspector could ever condone. Armed with nothing but bananas and the dirtiest feet this side of the equator, he begins by peeling the fruit with care, only to crush it underfoot with heels and toes caked in years of street seasoning. His toenails, blackened by mysteries better left unsolved, press deep into the pulp, infusing the mixture with what can only be described as a robust aroma of decay and desperation. Just when you think it can't get worse, he adds a generous spoonful of mystery powder, perhaps MSG, perhaps garlic, or maybe just a desperate attempt to mask the unmistakable scent of fermented soul. The result? A banana shake with notes of trauma, hints of Foot Locker, and a finish that lingers far longer than it should. Viewer discretion isn't just advised, it's mandatory. Welcome back, food lovers and brave souls. Today we dive into the steamy, spicy underworld of Indian street cuisine. And by dive, we mean barely survive. In this world premiere, we witness culinary techniques so mysterious, so sacred, even the chefs themselves aren't entirely sure what's happening. Ingredients are tossed in with a level of confidence that can only come from generational instinct or complete improvisation. Who needs recipes when you have ancestral chaos on your side? Measuring? That's colonial propaganda. Here it's a pinch of this, a handful of that, and a let's see what the gods decide today. The pot becomes a battlefield, the cook a warrior, and the ladle a weapon of mass digestion. Tools, who needs them? If it stirs, it works. If it burns, it's ready. The flames aren't just for cooking. They're part of the experience. OSHA hasn't been here, and frankly, we don't think they'd make it out. And yet, it works. Somehow, against all odds and sanitary guidelines, the result is a stew so rich, so flavorful, it could solve diplomatic conflicts. One spoonful, and you're transported, possibly to the ER, but also possibly to nirvana. This isn't cooking. This is alchemy, dark magic in a steel cauldron. The line between disaster and delicious has never been thinner or spicier. Would we eat it again? Absolutely. Would we understand what just happened? Absolutely not. Welcome to another episode of What in the Holy Chutney Is That?, where today's chef doesn't cook, he conjures. We open on what appears to be a battlefield, a legion of tomatoes arranged like obedient soldiers atop a swamp cactus leaf. Presumably harvested from a radioactive marsh at midnight, these brave red blobs seem to be defending a mysterious mound of ingredients, ritual offerings, organic refuse. It's unclear, and it only gets stranger. Our chef, sporting the calm of a man possessed by the ancient spirit of coriander, begins to chant silently with his hands, swirling over the mix as if summoning a salad demon. Are we watching cooking or witnessing the opening of a flavor portal to another dimension? Then, chaos. He dives in, smashing, mixing, tossing. The tomatoes give their lives valiantly as they're crushed into a pulpy surrender. Every element is blended into a concoction with the texture of remorse and the aroma of fermented prophecy. And then, the finale. The whole thing is lovingly dumped into what looks like a leaf fallen from a tree that regrets being alive. The final product? Imagine the bottom of a garbage bin on Boxing Day, sprinkled with lemon and guilt. This salad promises an experience not just for your taste buds, but for your pancreas, which may feel like it's taken 4 wild horse kicks straight to its DNA. Bon appétit, or as they say in the swamp, good luck. Good